Welcome everyone. This is the second video of chapter 2 class 10 science, that is acids, bases and salts. Here we'll be discussing what is common between all acids and all bases. Now let's see, what do all acids and bases have in common. We have seen in the previous video that all acids generate hydrogen ions when dissolved in water. So, release of hydrogen ion is obviously common in all the acids. Now, we'll be looking at this activity to find whether all compounds that have hydrogen ion are acidic or not. For this, we have taken dilute solution of HCl in a beaker. Cork is placed at the base of the beaker. Two iron nails have been inserted in the cork and have been further attached to a bulb and battery with the help of a wire. When we turn the switch on, the bulb will start glowing. If we replace the dilute HCl solution with H2SO4 or HNO3, which is nitric acid, the bulb will glow again in both the cases. This glowing of bulb indicates that there is a flow of electric current through the solution. The electric current is carried through the solution by ions. Now, if we repeat the activity by replacing HCl by glucose or alcohol solution, the bulb will not glow up despite of the fact that glucose as well as alcohol have hydrogen in them. This is because electric current is carried through the solution by ions, and these substances like alcohol or glucose don't get ionized in water. Now, if we repeat this activity using alkalis such as NaOH or KOH, the bulb will again glow up. Again, because they'll release ions in water, which will be responsible for the conduction of electricity. Hence, we can conclude that since the cation present in acids is hydrogen ion, this suggests that acids produce hydrogen ions in solution, which are responsible for their acidic properties. Similarly, bases have hydroxide anions, which they release in aqueous form, and this is responsible for their basic properties. Now we'll test whether acids produce ions only in aqueous solution. We have taken 1 gram sodium chloride in a test tube. To this, let's add concentrated sulfuric acid. We'll observe a gas coming out of this delivery tube. This gas is dry HCl gas. If we bring dry blue litmus paper near this gas, it will not convert it into red color, but if we bring wet or moist litmus paper near this HCl gas, it will turn it red. Hence, we can infer that the HCl show acidic nature only in the presence of water, because as the gas is itself dry, it's not turning the dry blue litmus to red, but it is doing so to the wet litmus paper. This experiment suggests that hydrogen ions in HCl are produced in the presence of water. The separation of hydrogen ions from HCl molecules cannot occur in the absence of water. And these hydrogen ions are responsible for the acidic nature of the substance. The hydrogen ions which are being released, they cannot exist alone, but they exist after combining with water molecules. As you can see in the figure, HCl is dissociating into hydrogen ions and chloride ions. Those hydrogen ions are combining with water to form hydronium ions. This is again a molecule of hydrogen chloride which is dissociating to form chloride anions and hydronium cations. Thus, hydrogen ions must always be shown as H plus aqueous, that is hydrogen ions in aqueous solution, or hydronium ions. So this is the reaction which occurs when hydrogen chloride or any acid ionizes in water. That hydrogen ion combines with water to form hydronium ion. We have seen that acids give hydronium ion or H plus aqueous ions in water. Let us see what happens when a base is dissolved in water. NaOH in solid state is dissolved in water to release sodium ion and hydroxide ions. In the same way, potassium hydroxide is also dissolved in water to release potassium ion and hydroxide ions. Same is the case with magnesium hydroxide also. Hence, you can see bases generate hydroxide ions in water. Those bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. Now, as we have identified that all acids generate hydrogen ions and all bases generate hydroxide ions, we can view the neutralization reaction as follows. Acid combines with base to give out salt and water. This hydrogen ion from acid reacts with hydroxide ions in the base to give out H2O or water, while the anion X reacts with cation M to form salt MX. Now let's see what happens when water is mixed with an acid or a base. Here we have taken H2O in a beaker to which we are adding sulfuric acid drop by drop and slowly stirring the mixture. By touching the beaker, we'll get to know that the process is highly exothermic as the beaker will heat up. One precaution should be taken while diluting acid, that we should always add acid to water but not water to acid, as in the second case the amount of heat generated is so large that the mixture may splash and burn our face. Or even the beaker may also break due to excessive heat. Same is the case with bases. Mixing an acid or base with water results in decrease in the concentration of ions per unit volume. Such a process is called dilution, and the acid or base is said to be diluted. You can observe this warning sign on the cans of concentrated acids or bases. Now let's summarize the points that we have read. First, acids and bases conduct electricity in aqueous form. Acidic nature of substances is due to release of hydrogen ions. Dry acids don't show acidic properties as they are not able to release hydrogen ions. Hydrogen ions exist as hydronium ions in the water. Bases that generate hydroxide ions in water are called alkalis. Acid and base react to form salt in water, which is known as neutralization. Dilution of acids and bases is a highly exothermic process. In the end, I have a question for you. Give 2 examples of alkalis and you can answer by commenting below. If you have any doubt regarding this video, you can ask in the comments. To get the update for the next video, please subscribe the channel. Rest part of the chapter will be covered in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.